when they had seen him, his face brown and smooth, his cry strong and healthy, his hands clutching and mighty, his eyes pierced and focused, when they had seen him, majesty in the mundane, salvation in a stable, magnificence in a manger, divinity lying in debris, when they had seen him, this baby who had created cosmos, superintended galaxies, and organized the universe, this baby who had worn garments of glory, been draped in celestial splendor, and occupied the very throne in heaven, God in Galilean cloth, when they had seen him, they made known abroad the same which was told them concerning him. He was not only the Savior they saw, but the occupation they adopted, he became the Savior they shared. They moved from that low-level, remote, low-wage making work and became marketing representatives. Y'all don't hear me. But can I tell it in here? You cannot see him and not share him. Hold on to that. Many people do not share him because in their heart they have not truly seen him. To see him is to share him, and to share him is to see him. No longer would lambs be needed for the Hebrew system of sacrifice, because the lamb had come. The shepherds lost one job that night, but they gained another. No longer just shepherding, they were now sharing with everybody everywhere that the Savior had been born. And that's our challenge, ladies and gentlemen. God is depending on us to tell him. Don't limit your experience with God to just shouting in the sanctuary, but let your table become your temple. Let your classroom become your cathedral. Make your computer a chapel. Let your workplace be a worship space. And tell somebody about your experience with God. Tell somebody what you've heard, what you know, and what you've seen. Well, what have you seen, preacher? I'm glad you asked, because I want to testify that I know something. I believe something. I felt something. I've learned something. I've heard something. I've got something. I've seen God make a way out of no way. I've seen God turn a mistake into a miracle. I've seen God heal sick bodies. I've seen God fight hopeless battles. I've seen God open up closed doors. I've seen God provide. I've seen God protect. I've seen God promote. I've seen God preserve. I've seen God calm fears. I've seen God dry tears. I've seen God extend years. I've seen God turn enemies into allies, night into light, sickness into health, pain into power, and sorrow into joy. I can testify, and I'm not by myself. There's somebody else in this room who can testify that God has always stood by your side. Where are people at today? God has always been your God. Somebody can testify that he prepared a table before me in the presence of my enemies, anointed my head with oil, and my cup had run over. Gone through your mass, just say, surely goodness and mercy are following me all the days of my life. That's why I dwell in the house of the Lord forever. I can testify that the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked, even my enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat of my flesh, God stuck out his foot, tripped them up, and they stumbled and fell. I can testify that I would have fainted if I had not believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the Heavenly Father.